Hello everyone, I am pleased to welcome you all to the fourth video in this series on container deployment. In this video, we are going to walk you through the process of deploying a bold BI single container Docker image with Docker Swarm. First, let's take a moment to understand what Docker Swarm is. Docker Swarm is a tool designed for clustering and scheduling Docker containers. It allows you to manage a group of Docker nodes as a single system, thus simplifying the deployment and scaling of applications. One of the major advantages of the Swarm is that it is a built-in feature of Docker, eliminating the need to install any extra software. Let's see the step-by-step deployment process. To begin, open your terminal and verify if Docker Desktop is installed on your system. This can be done by simply running the docker command. If it is not installed, I will install Docker Desktop to proceed with the installation. The next step is to initialize an instance of Docker Swarm. This can be achieved by running the command docker swarm init advertise a DDR IP address. Here, I am using the IP address of the local host, so mentioning IP address will not be required. Create a folder where you can work with the Docker configuration file using the command mkdir folder name and navigate to the folder using the command cd folder name. Simultaneously, create a shared folder for both application and database configuration data. Now, create and open the dockercompose.yaml file by running the notepad dockercompose.yaml command. Copy the code for the dockercompose.yaml file from the documentation link provided in this video's description and paste it in the file. Under the environment in services, provide the URL where the application will be hosted in the app base URL. Here I am using localhost, so mentioning IP address will not be required. Update your host machine's shared folder path for the application and database data under bold BI data and DB data in the device. Save the file using the shortcut keys Ctrl+S. To deploy the application, run the following command docker stack deploy compose file dockercompose.yaml bold BI. Open the browser and enter the URL provided in the Docker Compose file. At this point, you should be able to see that the application deployment has been successfully completed. With that, we have reached the end of the video. In conclusion, we've learned how to deploy a bold BI multi-container Docker image with Docker Swarm in this video. Stay tuned for the next video on how to deploy a bold BI multi-container Docker image with Docker Swarm. Thank you for watching.